Steve Singer. I am the CIO of a company called Julius Silver. I have been there roughly just under 2 years now. Home life, though, some personal things about me, right? I am a firefighter in my town, volunteer. I am married with 3 kids. I have a 1-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 23-year-old. We could talk about that later. I've been dealing with technology for the past 25 or so years. I've been a CIO for about 10 of them. I take the leadership role extremely serious. I brought some colleagues with me today that are in the audience. I won't point them out, but they're somewhere over that way. We're here to talk about beyond the transaction. What happens about building something greater than the actual web page that you're buying something from, right? We're looking at the technologies, we're talking about the different pieces, and scaling our businesses outside of e-commerce. It's irony with that, right? We're here at Magento talking about Adobe and all e-commerce things, but the community of e-commerce is really important. We have several sponsors up on the board. Decimo is a partner that is here with us this week that we use quite a bit of. It's a great time to get involved in the community. It's a good time to talk to the person left and right of you. I mean, how many people in this room know someone else that's in this room? Right? You don't know anybody else in the room? We have to fix that. Hey, can you guys introduce yourselves? This is Jessica.
Hello. Hi.
And Kelly?
Me?
Yeah.
Hi guys. My name's Bell. I'm with TikTok. Oh, that's
All right.
nice to meet you.
Anybody else want to be singled out for not knowing anybody else in the room? Okay. So our journey for this takes us around the business-to-business challenge, right? And we talk about why do you choose Adobe in the first place, and then building the community, and then the impact of both those decisions and then the future of what you're going to do. Our journey covers all 4 steps, the challenges we faced, and the move that we made to Adobe for our e-commerce platform. A little bit about where I work. The company I work for is called Julius Silver. It's been around 110 years, right? Over a century of leadership, legacy. We are a premier specialty food distributor in the city of Philadelphia. We also service New York City, Washington, D.C., Boston, Connecticut, Pittsburgh, all the way down to Virginia. So it's a lot of different restaurants that you're talking about here. Probably restaurants that you're visiting tonight for dinner. Odds are, in the city, you're visiting one of our customers. So thank all of you for buying the things that we sell every day. It's important to look at this. I'll look at the slides for a second. To look at this and seriously consider 110 years ago, there was no internet. There was no such thing as e-commerce. There's nothing like that. We're talking about something that brings something so old and legacy into the modern age, right? That's what we're looking for. How do we get our customers that are used to making a phone call, riding their bicycle, getting in a truck and going to pick something up, to order online, right? What do we do to get them engaged? How do we get them to use a computer? Those chefs are used to pens and paper and markers and Sharpies and everything in their restaurants, right? That's what they do. How do we engage with that community? How do we get them to do that, right? Well, that's Kelly's job. How do we take the tradition of finding those ingredients, that flavor profile, and how do we sell that to the chef, right? Online. They can't taste it, they can't smell it, but they can see it. So we do so with a lot of focus, lots. And I know there's plenty of tracks that are going to talk about AI, and I won't do much of that today. But on our website, in our business-to-business portfolio, when you look at the 7,100 SKUs that we have, probably 6,000 of them are AI-generated images, because it's impossible to take a picture of every single one of them prepared. And salt's kind of a boring white mountain, you know what I mean? We don't do that. So the challenge, the old way. The phone, the fax, the email, or the new way, the digital platform. The pieces that we're using within Adobe, within the e-commerce. Our customers expect an Amazon level of experience. Chefs like Gordon Ramsay, Right? Can you imagine this guy not getting his chicken? He'd be pissed. And that's not the word he'd use. Our old system depended on those phone calls. It depended on manual entries. It depended on things that just sunk the time, right? It took hours to go through 7,100 SKUs and try to figure out what it was that somebody was going to use or buy, and there was no real easy way for us to show that. And that's when we turned to Adobe. We took that to make the shift from a reactive service to a proactive digital commerce experience, and that gap between the expectation and what was actually delivered in that experience was the turning point for us. We chose Adobe for its native B2B strengths, from custom catalogs to quotes, different account hierarchies. The flexibility was key. But the community of Magento, that ecosystem, is what gave us those creature comforts of being able to come together and find a solution that maybe we didn't have in front of us, or maybe Adobe didn't offer directly. It gave us the ability to rapidly expand our innovation and our scalability at a pace that fits Silvert's size growth. And in 110 years, it's pretty big. Community isn't just the developers. It's the mindset behind the teams of people that are working on it. We involved our customers, making sure that even they were part of this community. We had trials and tribulations through many Michelin star awarded accounts, James Beard winning chefs, Steven Starr himself in some of these trials. That gave us the ability to take our platform design and give us something that was wholesome, because it meant something to those chefs. It's something all of us in this room understand. We all eat. All of us enjoy the fact that we get the choice of what are we going to eat for dinner, right? Not every night. I know your wife, Mike, every once in a while, she tells you what you're going to eat, that kind of thing, right? But it gives you the option to do that. For us, at the same time, we tapped into the Magento developer ecosystem, and it moved us faster. We came up with a couple different partners. We started with one, it changed, just wasn't working. Started with another one, changed, it wasn't working. Went to a rescue partner, Decima, that worked. Right? It was great. They got us launched. Earlier this year, we started with, 4 or 5 customers, and then each week, Kelly and Jessica and our marketing team, they reach out and we find 4 or 5 more customers to add. Right? And it's a slow roll. We have just under 10,000 clients that we can add to this portal, and we take the time to make sure that each one of those experiences for each one of those chefs and sous chefs and the people responsible for procurement are doing those pieces one by one by one, right? So that we're not overloading ourselves and trying to onboard them. Again, chefs are old school, right? Have you ever tried to talk to your mom about how to get on to Facebook from her phone? It's the same thing when you go to the chef and you say, hey, I got this great business-to-business portal. Hey, Mom, do me a favor, check this out. And she goes, what is this? You know? She has no idea. I'm
May
gonna
I
let
have
them
your
go.
attention, please? May I have your attention, please? This is your Fire Life Safety Director speaking. FDNY gave us clearance to reset the devices. Our team engineering will be going floor by floor, resetting your HVAC system manually.
It was either the air conditioning was off or the fire is getting closer because it's getting hot up here. Lost my train of thought with that, but the flashing lights, they're not helping. Where were we? Oh yeah, about Mike's mom and trying to get her on Facebook. It was troubling, right? It's hard. So getting the chefs to use the tool was crazy, right? You have somebody who's like, oh, do you have this on a tablet? Do you have it on a mobile device? Is it on the computer in the kitchen, in the kiosk? I'm like, no, this is not Taco Bell, where you hit next on the next order. Like, you have to go through and click the pieces. And it was one by one. And we literally did it old school through the community. We took our entire group of people at Silver, all 35 of the staff members within the sales team in Philly alone, and we put them on the street and said, hey, do us a favor and go visit your customers, right? Take this process out of the digital space, bring it into the physical world, where we could show them the digital application, right? That's what we did. That's how we launched it. That's the success rate. And I think Right now, we're holding to about a 90-95% retention rate, or if you ordered last week, you're definitely going to order next week. We haven't seen anything really drop off. The other amazing piece is, from a scale perspective, we've seen people go after things and see in our catalog that they've never bought before because they never knew we had it. You ever take Sears catalog? I know, aging myself in this room, right? Christmas morning, you're going through, hey, what do I want to do, right? We're going through it and looking for those gifts for your kids at like Target or Toys R Us or Walmart. And that's like 4 or 5 pages. Our catalog is 7,100 SKUs. Try printing that. The chef's like, no, I don't need a phone book, I have one. That's the problem. The solution was to come up with, how do we get it in here? How do we make it look good, right? What we saw is a 450% increase in digital orders. 24-hour access to custom pricing and order history made it crazy interesting for the chef who got done at 3 o'clock in the morning to put his order in for the next day, or her. Chefs prefer it. They can order anytime they want. They can access the pricing. They can review their history instantaneously. This wasn't forced adoption. It was a genuine preference for something that was better, literally better experience. And yes, the multimedia was good, but tastefully done, literally. The automation freed our sales team, right? It allowed the sales team to not do anything on the street other than say, hey, check out the catalog. Let me go to the next customer. It gave them more time. It freed them from the clerical tasks and the focus on relationships and strategy. The integration with our ERP reduced errors and cut manual processing times to about 66%. Huge for us. The efficiency is what allowed us to scale without adding any headcount this year, too. We kept it low. For those of you in this room that are business track based, we didn't have to add a single body. That was super helpful to our accounting department. Not me, but our accounting department. Magento's community advantage was that it started with open source. It gave us the freedom and speed to work with whoever we wanted. It allows us to go onto those Reddit and subreddit threads. No, not those. Bruce, not those. The subreddit threads about the community. The ones where the e-commerce space was existing, the ones where we had partners, and we got to go out and figure out what were the add-ins. What's the difference between the live search and the other search that you can get, right? It's amazing. As a firefighter, it kills me when those things go off. When we need something that changes on the website, when we need something that we want to make a difference, chances are it already exists within the community. There's some other developer, someone in open source that's already done that. It's great to be able to go out and say, hey, what do you got? What are you using? Bruce, you're a merchant. What's your favorite add-in? What's a tool that you see in Adobe that you're just like, hey, I love this plugin or add-in? Do you have one?
We have Yotpo for reading and reviews.
Right.
That's one.
It's a good one,
Yeah.
right? Bringing our community together. That's the advantage of just being here. Think about that. I've never met Bruce before. Sorry, I called him out by his name tag, right? Asked a question. That's community. Real answers you can get right here. That's the whole point of why we're all in this room. Scaling the community means people and training and empowerment. The platform, the integration between your ERP or CRM, for sure, if you're business or direct to consumer, but business for sure. And then process with some kind of digital workflows. Our blueprint for scaling rests on those 3 pillars. People train them to lead digital change. We train each other in these events. We have small education, those kinds of pieces, breakout rooms and sessions. The platform builds deep integration across the different systems. And then the process redesign workflows. Oh, wait.
May I have your attention? May I have your attention, please? This is your Fire and Life Safety Director. Please disregard the previous tones. We're in the process of resetting the alarm panel. Please disregard the previous tones. Thank you.
Can I have your attention, please? Ignored the safety bell. When in school, it was like stop, drop, and roll or something. Get out of the school. Everything. No, not here. So we align these with scaling, where scaling becomes more sustainable. Key takeaway number 1, real-time inventory and pricing. Right, Kelly? And a single source of truth. Those two things build the basis of any good business-to-business platform. Any relationship. The site is only as strong as the back end. The real-time data feeding in from our ERP and pricing ensures that pricing in stock and orders are accurate. That integration is the trust anchor for the business-to-business community. If you go on Amazon and they don't have it, they tell you. You go on Amazon and you try to get it, they tell you when it's going to be delivered. Right? Think about it. Most famous website in the world, www.google.com. White space, one single search box, nothing else. Right? Keep it simple. Keep it simple for the business-to-business customers too, because they have what they want. They're already going to your website. They have a login. They're just trying to search that end result of the product. That trust is there, and without it, your entire digital experience, the digital consumer, digital commerce will collapse. 2, mobile friendly first. It's about to be 2026. Right? 2 months, almost 2 months away, just over, right? Your buyers are not sitting at a desk, most of them. They're traveling, whether it's from a conference, an airplane, to and from home, in the field. So you need to make sure that by design, you're doing things mobile friendly first. Our chefs and managers are on the move constantly. If they cannot order from the mobile device, we're out. So what we did is make sure that the mobile was the fastest way to order. We ensured that the fastest ordering platform, quick search, and real-time updates came to the phone and the tablets first. In the back of those kitchens, a lot of them have iPads and other tablet types, right? That's where they need them. We have to meet our users where they are, not where it's convenient for you, but where it's convenient for them. And last but not least, the impact. We've seen 28% revenue growth, 92% retention rates, and 9% order over volume increases in our orders. What it delivered was a value of digital business. That value of community digital commerce created the retention, and it gave us the buy-in from our upper management teams and our business owners to say, hey, let's spend more on this community. What else can we do business to business? How else can we sell it? Anybody in here going to Toronto? Need to jump to Toronto? Yeah. Anyone else? I think you guys should take a look at it. I'm going to speak there on this AI topic. Sneak peek. I'm sure you've seen plenty of it on LinkedIn. But when I speak about that, that's going to show you how these revenue growths actually happen and what we've done with some AI. The next steps in the future, as everyone talked about, advanced personalization and AI. Deeper integrations with ERPs and warehouse management softwares, WMS, right? Scaling isn't static. Our next steps include AI-driven personalizations for the chefs. If you're cooking a recipe, Bruce, I'll pick back on you again because you're in the front row, sorry. You know, if you're cooking a recipe, you need to know all the ingredients and everything like that. In our world, the chefs, they write them down, they have them seasonal, the menus change, right? There's those chef specials, all that stuff happens. We're going to give the chef the ability to take a picture of this and translate it directly to our catalog, right through the B2B portal, right? Something that we have patent pending is very unique. Right? Imagine how you could do that in your own space, in your own ideas, right? I'm giving you guys this thought for you, right? If you could take that and then wrap it in a bow and insert the information into the ERP software that you're using, your order placement software, the time to market would be so much quicker. That's one of the things that we do, and it's something that we're trying to do is move from data-driven and insights to predicting what the chef is going to need before they ask, because that's what they really want. Thank you guys for sitting through the fire drill today. The flashing lights and being interactive, Bruce, people like yourselves. I did want to give a couple of minutes to see if anybody has any questions. Okay.
I ask this question pretty much every time. How do you get corporate internal buy-in to this kind of digital transformation? we're interior furnishings company, we have the same problems, B2B, traditional market, but, you know, I'm sitting here, I know that this is how to go, we're going into personalization, but all of those pieces, improving photography, improving, you know, like, how do you really get all the people to follow the digital?
I'll give you the corporate answer first, and I'll tell you how I do it.
Yeah.
My staff's got a lot. Corporate answer is case study, test it. Small scale, right? Roll it out in tiny pieces, test and test and test and test, right? If you can test it, you can produce return on investment, even in a POC, proof of concept, right? If you could do that, then the numbers are there, the accounting team will buy in. They have the accounting team in whatever department you're part of, you have corporate buy-in. Now, sell it internally,
Yeah.
right? You sell it by giving the examples. Build a small proof of concept. Take the time to do that, and then show it to your internal customers first, the ones that are always doing the tests, right? Now for the non-corporate answer, do it anyway. Are you married? Single? Anybody? How many people in this room are married? How many of you asked for forgiveness instead of permission?
Yeah.
I did the same thing to my boss. Just being honest with you. Any other questions?
So you mentioned, you know, mobile first is very important.
I didn't hit the button.
Have you guys thought about an app?
Yeah.
And kind of, what's kind of the decision maker for that, for your organization?
So specifically for us, we went app native first.
May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? This is your Fire Life Safety Director. We are currently resetting the system. Please disregard all tones. Once again, this is your Fire Life Safety Director. We are currently resetting the system. Please disregard all tones.
I feel like I'm being pumped.
I know.
So we went mobile friendly first. In order to build the proof of concept, we used the web version, right, the lightweight version of the Adobe Commerce space, and then we built an app on top of it. The reason to do the app was the integration with our ERP and our warehouse management software is about to change, and because of that, we built it on a more localized version of the app. We wanted the experience to be slightly quicker with the photos and some of the load times, regardless of where somebody was. Most of these kitchens that you're going to find, especially in the cities, are in basements and places they don't have Wi-Fi or cell phone service, right? So with the app, you get offline and offloaded content that is actually to speed and scale.
So you have an app,
Yes.
like that they download at the app
Yep.
store?
Right in the App Store or Android. Yes. Anyone else? I think we have time for like one or two more groups.
What ERP and CRM are you integrating with?
Yes, very good question.
It's a great question. I'll answer it for sure. So we're currently on an AS400, an IBM iSeries. So you have a number of API and web interfaces that you can tap into. We're about to change our ERP to something cloud and very modern, but I can't disclose what that is yet. If you want to talk one-on-one, I'll give it to you.
And CRM? Do you have a CRM?
We do. The CRM is, the company's called Meal Ticket. It's very specific to food.
Okay, thank you.
Sure, you're welcome. One more?
Did you explore Adobe's B2B?
Have we explored
Yeah.
Adobe's B2B? Yeah, we're using most of Adobe's B2B models.
With the app sitting on top?
No, well, no, in our instance, not the app, because it has to be headless for what we're trying to do. Because of the AS400. Anyone else? This question was short. No? Okay, thank you guys very much. Appreciate it.